You might be sabotaging your legs every time you sit down for lunch. Sounds exaggerated? A study from Newcastle University revealed that certain foods commonly seen as healthy may accelerate muscle loss and instability in older adults, leading to falls, fractures, and in many cases, complete loss of independence. What if the vegetable you've always trusted is quietly compromising your mobility? This isn't a conspiracy theory or a trendy diet, it's science. And the effects are deep, silent, and often irreversible. The good news? There's a way to turn things around, and it starts with your next meal. We'll show you which vegetables work as natural shields against aging, and which ones should be taken off your plate immediately. By the end, a common food, nearly omnipresent on Brazilian tables, will be revealed as one of the biggest vitality villains. A detail ignored for years, but which might be slowly draining your energy. If you're already curious, hit the like button now, and comment below with 1 if you believe food can change your body, and 0 if you're still unsure. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn the bell. This content might be the turning point you or someone in your family need. You're 3 food choices away from changing the way you age. And we're not talking about radical diets or miracle pills. We're talking about 3 vegetables with the power to redefine your vitality, mental clarity, and even your freedom of movement. The difference between someone who needs help getting out of a chair at 70 and someone who dances with their grandkids at 80 could lie in what we put on our plate today. And surprisingly, the secret lies in simple, almost invisible things you might have been ignoring for years. We're about to reveal the 3 most underestimated allies of the human body, and why you'll want to see them on your plate today. Broccoli, the living armor against time. Have you noticed that some people seem to age slowly, as if time is in less of a hurry with them? These people often share one thing. They build, day by day, an invisible shield within the body. It's called cellular protection, and one of the most powerful ingredients for this is broccoli. Research shows that sulforaphane, abundant in this vegetable, activates defense genes in our bodies. It literally teaches our cells how to protect themselves, like a silent but relentless army. Behavioral psychology shows we make decisions more out of fear of loss than desire for gain. So think about it. What are you losing by not eating broccoli regularly? Energy, mobility, independence, and more. Sulforaphane doesn't just protect, it rejuvenates. It supports cellular regeneration processes, helping maintain muscle strength and bone density. Studies from the University of Bonn indicate that elderly individuals who eat broccoli at least 3 times a week show greater walking stability and less joint pain. But here's a little-known detail: how you prepare it. If you boil broccoli for too long, you lose its most valuable compounds. The ideal method: steam for up to 3 minutes or sauté briefly in olive oil with garlic. Simple, practical, powerful. Add broccoli to your plate and see what happens after 15 days. Your body will tell you something's changed. Spinach, the hidden ally of a sharp mind and physical strength. Have you ever found yourself forgetting simple names? Or felt that mental fog, like you didn't fully switch on after waking up? That's not normal. It's not just age. Often it's a lack of the right nutrients. And spinach contains one of the most complete combos to solve that. This vegetable is a true brain booster thanks to folic acid, magnesium, and especially natural nitrates. They dilate blood vessels and increase oxygen flow to the brain. The result? Mental clarity, focus, and energy. But there's more. Research from Rush University showed that people who regularly consume spinach have about 11 years younger cognitive age compared to those who avoid leafy greens. 11 years. It's like rejuvenating your brain through a single food choice. And that reflects in the body. Spinach improves muscle function. What does that mean? That your leg strength, for example, can literally increase with this simple habit. Maria, 71, shared, "Before, I felt like I lived in a fog. Now I remember where I left the keys, I remember names, and even my afternoon walks feel lighter. Everything changed when I started adding spinach to dinner 3 times a week." The archetype of the silent wizard is present here. Spinach doesn't draw attention, but it holds transformative power. Underestimating this food is like ignoring a wise guide living in your kitchen. Carrot, the silent guardian of your vision and balance. Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine walking around your home without clearly seeing where you're stepping. Now imagine tripping, falling, and staying on the floor for hours until someone finds you. This isn't drama. It's the reality for many older adults who neglect their visual health. And that's where carrots come in. Rich in beta-carotene and vitamin A, carrots protect retinal cells and improve visual adaptation, especially in low-light environments where fall risks are higher. What does that have to do with mobility? Everything, because vision is balance. Visual impairment is one of the main factors leading to instability while walking. You don't fall because you're weak. You fall because you didn't see where you stepped, and there's more. Beta-carotene also supports neural protection. It helps the brain better process visual stimuli, improving motor response. Imagine no longer needing help walking around your home in the dark. Imagine clearly seeing the face of someone you love. Carrots could be the bridge between insecurity and autonomy. Include 1 raw carrot a day or half a glass of natural juice, and notice the difference in just a few weeks. If you're still here, comment "Long Life" to show your commitment to your health. And share this video with someone who deserves to live with more strength, clarity, and balance. You might be planting your own limitation without even knowing it. Some of the foods you frequently eat may be undermining your mobility, affecting your memory, and accelerating your aging process. And the worst part, they're disguised as harmless. They don't hurt. They don't cause immediate symptoms. They're silent until your body starts to fail. And when you notice, you've already lost part of your autonomy. It's time to show what needs to be removed from your plate before your freedom is taken by an innocent choice. Eggplant, the hidden threat to your mobility. You've probably heard that eggplant is good for cholesterol. That's true. But what no one talks about is that it also contains alkaloids, like solanine, which in excess can interfere with neuromuscular communication, causing pain, stiffness, and even joint inflammation. Imagine waking up with heavy legs, like your body rusted overnight. The sensation is subtle at first, but it grows. A discomfort while walking, a struggle to climb stairs. You think it's aging, but in reality, it's the silent bioaccumulation of inflammatory compounds. And eggplant is one of the overlooked culprits. Carlos, 68, shared, "I used to eat grilled eggplant every week until my physical therapist suggested I cut it out. Within 3 weeks, the stiffness in my knees lessened, and I understood what seemed healthy was actually holding me back. The human mind hates loss. When you realize a food is taking something from you, the brain sounds the alarm. Use that to your advantage. What else can you reclaim just by cutting out what's sabotaging you? Green bell pepper, the masked villain of health. It's pretty, cheap, colorful, and always there on the shelf. But green bell peppers, unlike red and yellow ones, aren't fully ripe. This means they carry a higher load of glycoalkaloids, compounds that in more sensitive people can trigger chronic intestinal inflammation and, worse, low-grade systemic inflammation. What does this have to do with falls and physical frailty? Everything. Chronic inflammation affects muscles, joints, and even the nervous system. It's like a low-burning fire that never goes out, slowly draining your energy and stability. But I've eaten it forever and never felt anything. That's exactly where the danger lies. It's invisible. You only notice once it's gone. The slowed reflexes, the missing energy, the unsteady gait. Green bell peppers embody the archetype of the charming traitor. They look trustworthy, but carry the opposite of what they promise inside. Opt for red and yellow ones instead. They're ripe, sweeter, and much gentler on your body. White potato. The comforting illusion that weakens potatoes are the taste of childhood, of family lunches, their emotional food. But here's the shock. They might be accelerating your muscle loss, endurance decline, and mental fog. Rich in simple starch, white potatoes cause glycemic spikes that trigger a silent process, glycation, where sugars attach to the body's proteins, damaging them. The result? Accelerated cellular aging, muscle weakness, memory issues, and even a higher risk of falls due to loss of sensitivity in the lower limbs. And the cruelest part, they don't even have a strong flavor. They're subtle. That's what makes them so deceptive, and that's why they're so hard to remove from your plate. They represent comfort, familiarity. But what is that comfort costing you? Jorge, 73, shares, I replaced white potatoes with sweet potatoes and pumpkin. In 2 months, I felt more alert. My legs responded better during walks, and I realized that sometimes what feels like comfort is just a deep-rooted habit. If you know someone who eats one of these foods daily, send them this video now. Comment alert to show that you understand the risk and are ready to act. This might be the piece of information that saves someone from a future full of limitations. You're not aging. You're being trained to give up. Every day your body speaks to you through fatigue, pain, forgetfulness, not as inevitable failures, but as silent warnings. The problem is we've learned to ignore them, to say it's just age. But aging doesn't have to mean losing. It's a choice made in every meal, every step, every act of care. Today, you've learned that 3 simple vegetables can protect your eyes, your mind, and your mobility, like true invisible guardians. And you've also seen that certain foods, no matter how common, can be like quicksand, pleasant on the outside, destructive on the inside. The question now is, what will you do with this knowledge? You can keep going as before, or you can become the kind of person who inspires, who takes control of their body, their choices, their life. Because, yes, taking care of your health is hard work, but depending on others is much harder. Remember, small decisions repeated become destiny. And we're not just talking about longevity. We're talking about autonomy. about climbing stairs without help, remembering your grandchildren's names, walking with confidence and a steady gaze. You deserve all of that. You deserve to walk with strength and clarity every day. Now tell me in the comments, which food from today surprised you the most? Which one will you cut or add to your plate at your next meal? If this video helped you, like it, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. That way, you'll keep getting content that truly impacts your health. And most importantly, share this video with someone you love. Sometimes, all a person needs to change is one piece of information sent by someone who cares.